Okay, today I want to talk about passive voice and why it can ruin why it can ruin your communication at work. What is passive voice? It is not knowing the subject or who's doing something. For instance, the dog was walked. Do you know who walked the dog? No. That is the active voice is the opposite, and that is I walked the dog. Okay. So why is this a problem at work? Well, if you don't know who's doing something or who did something, you don't know who to expect it from, you don't know who to follow up with, or you don't know who to ask questions of. And so it becomes a big giant game of telephone. No one knows who's doing what. And maybe individuals don't know what exactly they are responsible for. And therefore, things just don't get accomplished in the time frame that they're supposed to be accomplished in. So rather than saying the report will be sent by the end of the week, why don't you say, Julie will send the report by the end of the week. That way I know that it's my responsibility to make sure that it gets done and gets sent, and the person who is expecting it knows that if they don't receive it, they can follow up directly with me. Similarly, if I get a report, say you send me a report and you say, here, James ran this report for you as per your request. So great, now I know exactly who ran the report. So if I have questions about the report, I can go to that person instead of going through several different people and having to wait a long time for an answer rather than being as efficient as possible. It just makes everything more clear, it makes everything more plain, and it makes everybody more efficient and productive. But also, there's a piece of accountability. So if I know who is responsible for something, I can trust that process. I can trust that I understand what's happening. If you just a report will be sent, it's like a black box. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know who's responsible, and it can erode trust. Further, if you've ever heard the term mistakes were made, did you feel better by that? Or does that not set well? It's the latter for me, and I think it's the latter for many people. By taking accountability and saying my team was responsible, you're still not throwing any individual under the bus publicly, but you can say our team was responsible for that. We apologize, and these are the steps that we're taking to make sure it doesn't happen again, can actually build trust and maintain your relationships with either your client or your colleagues. I hope that helps, and please, please, please figure out who's doing something and use that phrasing. Julie will send the report. I will walk the dog. Thanks.